this certainty has to do with the loss of duality and the sensation of unity?
Yeah, duality is purely an illusion. And that illusion manifests itself in all kinds of ways around our life. And we think it's real. You know, we judge everything. That's good, this is bad, man, that's neutral, and we keep going through all these different things. Everything that happens to us, we're constantly have this little thing that's judging. When you know for sure of the unity of all life, the judging begins to fade away. You begin to realize that it is an illusion. And almost all these spiritual religions and systems that have been developed throughout the world are all aimed at breaking down that polarity, of finding a way where you can see the unity.
So in a way, this planet was built in a way so you would have to transit through this experience of duality to unity? Or were there a time where everything was like in unity?
Well, the unity is always there. Whenever one enters into duality, it is always an illusion. And it's a stage of consciousness. We've got consciousness levels themselves down to sacred geometry. And you can actually see it. It has to do with the squaring of the circle. If you take the square, perimeter of a square, and then make that equal to the circumference of a circle, that gives you 1.6180339, and the golden mean appears. And there is a pattern of geometry that you can show that as the circles and squares expand out of what's called a geometrical progression. It starts with a little circle and square, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. As these things progress out, there's very definite points where they become very close to the golden mean, and as they expand out further, they keep getting closer and closer, just like the Fibonacci sequence does. And so there's a point where life becomes focused at one point, where humankind becomes focused anyway. And that level is a unity consciousness because it's very, very close to the golden mean. And those would be people like the Kogi in Colombia, or the Aboriginals in Australia, or the Waitaha in New Zealand. Some of the very, very old tribes that go back much farther than our archaeologists have ever dreamed. And at least according to them, and I believe them. And but they have a different DNA sequence than we do. They're different. You can tell. You could scientifically prove if they're in there or not. And then there's us. And that's the next level out from there. And if you measure our circle and square, the one that produces our level of consciousness, it's not even close to the golden mean. We are a disharmonic level of consciousness. But in the wisdom of the Creator, in order to get from the first level to the next level, which is also harmonic, we have to pass through this place we're in. And I see it kind of like a stone in the middle of a river. And you're trying to get from one bank to the other. The two banks are harmonic. And that little stone's not very harmonic. It's not a very safe place to be. And so you just land on it and you get to the other side as soon as you can. You don't stay there. You know, well, we've been there for 13,000 years, which is a very quick jump. And but if we stay where we are, we will kill everything, because we're not in harmony with the rest of the universe, or even this planet. And so our very nature of who we are is dangerous. But we have to pass through here. We have to be who we are. It's not wrong. It's not bad. It's just necessary. And then we get to the other side, and then we're into even a higher level of unity than we were in the indigenous people. And that is the goal of everything that is going on Earth right now.